Hi there, I'm Jo Kelly. Welcome to my kitchen, my Ayurvedic kitchen. Here in Australia, it's winter, so it's quite cold, and I've decided to show you how to cook one of my lovely winter warming soups. But it's not just any soup. It's a soup that contains the more of the ingredients to help balance the cold in winter. So Ayurveda often uses the seasons. We change the spices and we change some of the ingredients so that the negative effects of our winter season is balanced. So we find with winter we get cold, we get quite heavy in the digestion and don't really feel all that hungry. And that's because the water element tends to sit heavy in the tummy. So in order to dry up that water element, to dry up the phlegm and the mucus that is coming in winter time, we use the astringent taste. So we're looking at lentils, legumes, vegetables like potatoes, green beans, broccoli. Yeah, so there's a variety of vegetables and a variety of most all of the legumes are astringent. So we increase the astringent taste in winter. We have black mustard seeds, cumin, ajwan seed. Ajwan seed is a wild celery seed, very small, and it helps to balance the air element in the body, like bloating, pain, gas in your digestive system. So I always use ajwan seed in all of the recipes that I have written. Then we have hing. Hing is asafoetida, which it's a resin, and whenever you cook a lentil or a legume, it's best to use hing because it also, as you know, that there are a lot of gassy properties in a lentil. It can often give people gas. So we use hing to balance that. Then these are fenugreek leaves. Fenugreek leaves are used when we have tomatoes, things that increase the heat, and also things that increase the watery element in foods. So because we're in winter at the moment, the water element is quite high, and we use these beautiful fenugreek leaves to balance that. Then, of course, curry, beautiful curry powder. It's a mild curry powder. Ayurveda doesn't consider anything too hot, so we don't use chili. Well, very rarely do we use chili. Then some vegetables, zucchini, broccoli, a little bit of pumpkin, and the lentils that have already been soaked. And I've soaked some rice, which we're going to pop in at the very last minute. And I have started to cook off the gassy qualities of our barley and the lentils. We're cooking off the gas in the lentils. You can see the sea foam that's forming here. And this sea foam, I call it sea foam because that's what it looks like to me. This is the air element being released from the lentils and the barley. And we're going to make sure that the barley is nice and soft. It's been cooking for about half an hour, so it might need a little bit more. And that's exactly what we'll do. We'll cook off a little bit more. So we're going to put more water in. And put put the grains in. The lentil. So as soon as that's done, we'll get to cooking the dish. To begin, we need to smash our ginger and garlic first. So the ginger and the garlic has been smashed and turned almost to a paste. So we place the pan on the heat. So you notice the ghee is looking like butter at the moment, but what happens in the cold, then it goes a bit hard, and then when the warmer weather comes, it starts to melt. But again, as I said, the ghee does not have any milk solids in it anymore because they've been cooked out. So it's become lactose free. And so we melt the ghee. And then we get ready to pop our seeds. So the black mustard seed goes in first because it's the largest seed. And we wait for that to pop. And you can test to see if it's going to pop by placing this. There we go. It's just about, we don't want it to burn. So we pop those black mustard seeds. There they go. Then the cumin goes in next. Careful not to burn again. And the ajwain seeds. Just take that off the heat. The seeds are popping everywhere. Okay, it's not good to have those burned seeds, so mine was a little bit hot, but that's okay. Now we place the ginger and garlic. Oh, so nice. I love the smell of ginger. The aromas that come off this are, oh, so nice. Delicious. So then we're going to put in some tomatoes. So when we use tomato has qualities that aggravate all three doshas, vata, pitta and kapha. Tomatoes are heating as well, very inflammatory. So if you've got pain, any kinds of rheumatoid arthritis, if you've got skin problems, if you've got joint pain, sciatica, it's really important to avoid tomatoes because they're very, very inflammatory to the body. However, we do have an antidote. Ayurveda has antidotes for everything, pretty much. So the antidote to tomatoes is fenugreek. Fenugreek is this beautiful leaf here, and it comes in, fenugreak comes in not only this lovely leaf form, but it can come as a powder, and it's like a very soft lemony colour, almost like my cardigan, when it turns into a powder. So placing some fenugreek leaves in to help balance the negative qualities or the inflammatory qualities of the tomato. Now we add some curry powder because we're in winter and we want quite a bit of spice. So we increase the spices in winter because they warm us up. The spices warm your belly and they warm your digestion. So if you've got a heavy digestion where you're not really feeling that hungry, you need a few more spices to increase the digestive fire. So we have this lovely, delicious, aromatic paste, spice paste. And then the last ingredient for the spices is hing. So I'm going to place maybe 2 pinches of hing. And as I mentioned, hing is asafoetida, so it's a resin that helps to balance, again, the gassy and negative, difficult qualities of the lentils and the legumes. So I've cooked off our legumes, and the barley and the lentil is quite soft now. You can see it's very soft, so that's perfect. Now we're going to put those in. I'm going to keep some because I'm going to make another meal for dinner tonight. So as we cook that off in the spice, the technique of coating the legumes and grains in spice, in the ghee and spice mixture, makes them much easier to digest. The ghee also stops the properties of gas. And now I'm going to add the veggies. So we've got some astringent veggie, which is broccoli, some zucchini, and then pumpkin. I'm using pumpkin because I like to balance out the qualities of the lentil with a sweet taste. So lentil is astringent and the pumpkin is sweet. So if you go back to my first video, my introduction video, you'll see that it explains about the 6 tastes. So each of the recipes that are in my cookbook have all 6 tastes. And we need the 6 tastes for all of the digestive processes to happen. The science of the 6 tastes is a very deep, interesting science, and it's difficult to explain right here in a cooking video, but you can go back to my first intro to Ayurvedic nutrition. Be sure to do that. And now, adding water. Make our soup. So we're bringing the soup to the boil, and when it's cooked through, the vegetables are cooked through, I'll just pop some rice in there as well, and we have a complete 1-pot meal. So our soup's been cooked, and I'm just going to put in the last bit of rice so that we have a complete 1-pot dish. And by the absorption method, the rice doesn't need to be boiled for a long time. It's already been soaked. And in a few minutes, the soup will be complete. So our soup's done. Adding some coriander, a little bit of black salt, coriander and black salt. A delicious winter meal to help balance the cold, activate your digestion, and give you all the nourishment that Ayurvedic recipes provide. So enjoy.